guys, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the importance of knowing how to braid hair. So you may be thinking, isn't it easy to braid hair? Doesn't everybody know how? Well, it is pretty easy, but surprisingly enough, not everybody knows how. When I was younger, I had to learn how to braid my hair because my mom didn't know how and my brother and dad didn't want to know how. And I needed it for a variety of reasons. I wanted it for soccer, but I needed to have it for cheer and dance because that's just what was required. And frequently I would have other girls ask me to braid their hair too. So by the end of this video, hopefully you can braid your own hair, or if people ask you to braid their hair, you can do it for them as well. Overall, I just think it's a very useful thing to know how to do because you never know when you're gonna need it, whether it's for yourself or for someone else, because even if you don't have long hair, you probably know someone who does who might need it. So your end result should look something like this, but first you need to gather a few supplies. A comb, in case your hair is wet like mine was, you don't want to break it. A brush, just to get everything out to make sure it's easy to work with. And then I have several styling products. I have dry shampoo, curl sculptor, and leave-in conditioner, which I'll explain later what those are for. But I'm going to take my braids out and we're going to start with combing our hair. Next, I'm going to go in with my brush, just now that my hair is dry. So in this case, I am going for the curl, but you don't always have to go for the curl, but I'm just going to explain really quick what I would do. So I'd go in with the dry shampoo, straight on the roots, rub it in, massage it in just for a little bit of texture and volume, and then leave-in conditioner, a little bit on your hand, focus on the ends of your hair, focus on the ends, and then curl sculpt, focus on the middle, and just squeeze it up, and then split it in half and tie it up, and you're ready to go. So then you start here. You're gonna take a section, make sure it's big enough that you can break it into 3 sections, but small enough that it's not taking up your entire head. So you're gonna take it, you're gonna divide it into 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. And it's your personal choice if you want to let any smaller hairs hang out. Just for the purpose of today, I'm not going to. So I'm going to keep these in here. So this is going to be section 1, this middle one is going to be section 2, and then this one's going to be section 3. So you're just going to take section 1, and you're going to go over section 2, and then under section 3, and pull it all tight. And then you're only going to do this the first time. You're going to add hair to this section, to section 2 and 1, the outside sections. And so you're just going to add a little bit of hair to each of the outside sections. And then you're going to take, this is going to be your new section 1 because it's now an outside section. New section 2, middle section, new section 3, outside section. And then you're going to repeat 1 over 2, 1 under 3. And then for this one, you're going to take your smallest section, which is going to be your new section 1, add hair to that. And then you're not going to add hair to section 3 this time, just the smallest section. So you take that, and then you're going to put it over 1, and then your section 1 is going to be your new section 2. So then you're going to add hair to section 3 and go over section 2, and then you're just going to repeat that. So again, section 1 over section 2, and then add hair to 3 and go over section 2. And you can really do as big or as small as pieces that you want to add to it. It's just important to make sure you're pulling it tight and keeping it close to your head so that it doesn't create bumps or get too loose or anything. And then you're just gonna repeat this process all the way down. Just make sure you also don't do it too tight or else it'll feel like your hair is falling out. It's really funny if you talk to anyone who knows how to braid, they'll say this position is the most uncomfortable thing ever. It's a very weird muscle group that gets worked, so your arms might get tired, but that's just how it is, and hopefully it's worth it. So when you run out of hair to add to your braid, you are just going to braid it like normally. So if you see I ran out of hair to add, so then you just braid it like normally, over, under, over, under, over, under, all the way down. And then eventually you'll switch your grip so that you can hold it better. Just go all the way down till you only have a little bit left and it won't be able to braid anymore, like so. And then you'll just take your hair tie. I normally wrap it around 4 or 5 times. It depends on how thick your hair is. And then there's that. And then you're just gonna do the same thing on the other side. As you can see, I'm just doing the same thing, starting out with 3 sections, adding hair in each piece, over, under, all the way down. So this is what the final product looks like. And here's a picture of what it looks like when I take it out tomorrow morning. So this obviously isn't literally the next day, it's just an example of what it would normally look like. So overall, braiding is just a very valuable thing to know how to do, because you never know when you're going to need to use it on yourself or for someone else. And just remember to follow the simple steps. Brush your hair out, start from the beginning, go all the way down, and tie it off. And that's all you need to do. Thank you for listening.